Hi everybody, welcome to Suzanne and Sharon's Let's Talk Business series. We are really excited to bring this show to you. It's something we've been thinking about for the last few weeks on how we can bring all of the tools and the experience that we've got through our own lives really into how the OnPassive products can help businesses around the world. So I'm Sharon Parkinson, I'm from the UK, and I joined OnPassive in November 2018. My background is IT, so I've got a lot of experience in tools, and I know how complicated it can be in having to use loads of different ones. So using the OnPassive suite of products for businesses is going to make their lives a lot easier. Suzanne, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Suzanne Deveau. I live on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada, and I was introduced by Sharon in July 2020 to OnPassive. And so my husband and I, we own a construction company. We've built homes and septic systems and build roadways, but it doesn't matter what business you have, you need tools to organize your clients, to handle your accounting, your HR, all the different things that a business includes. And one of the most important things is keeping clients in the funnel, keep those customers coming. Well, that's marketing and traffic. And I don't know about you, but it can be very daunting and frustrating and can cost a fortune. So when OnPassive was introduced to me, boom, I lit up like a Christmas tree. I was so excited. So that's what initially intrigued me. And then I found out more. But we're here to tell you how OnPassive can help your business. So we're going to be interviewing a lot of great people.
Yeah, and today we've got a really exciting guest, so please stay tuned and we'll be back very shortly. Hi everybody, so today we're going to be interviewing Dickson all the way from the UK. But first I'll introduce you to Suzanne, who's our lovely co-presenter. Suzanne, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I'm glad to be here with Derek today, and we are talking about business and OnPassive and all the tools. So look forward to it.
Okay, Derek. So Derek, you're a professional will writer. So can you just explain to people what that entails? Because a lot of people might not even know how to get a will. So they're going to be listening with bated breath as to what they should be doing with their wills.
Yeah, well, that's an easy answer to do. So people think of doing wills with solicitors or legal professionals or doing it themselves. You can do what you want. A will writer really is a go-between person. We do the bit of the work, but we're not a legal solicitor, if that makes any sense. So we're not a lawyer, but we can help with the instructions. Then the will writer sends the instructions to the legal team and they draft the paperwork, and then I help them sign in, what have you. So I'm a bit of an in-between person, but what it is people like about us, or me rather, us, is that we're a personal service, and we can do out of hours, we can do weekends and evenings, and it's to suit the customer rather than the customer to suit us. We haven't got offices, I work from home, so it's quite flexible as well. So I've got clients on Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, I even do Sunday morning sometimes.
May I ask you why there's a lot of people I know that do not have a will? I am an avid promoter of writing a will. Why is it so important for people to have a will?
It's very important. Yeah, because unless it's written down somewhere, no one knows what your wishes are. And there's pretty much three sort of categories, a lot of categories, but three categories we sort of see. So you've got young couples, maybe a young family, they've got no assets really, they've got young children. The key factor there is guardians. If anything happened to them, where would the children go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Without a will, the courts decide. With a will, the parents decide. Okay, so that's a fact. And then you may have, mid-aged couples. They've got a bit of assets, got some children, perhaps grown up, and they're perhaps thinking about sort of looking after the children and giving them assets as well. And then you have the older couples who are probably asset rich, and the children have grown up, and they're thinking about how can I protect my assets. Okay, so that the younger kids is protecting the kids and children, not about assets. The older generation is about protecting assets. So we do the whole range of things really. And also, we'd also do things like trusts and lasting power of attorney.
And why do you notice, you must have come across people that don't have a will, and what a disaster it is? Can you share maybe a story of someone that has not had a will and the repercussions of that?
Yes. So in UK law, really, everyone has got a will of some sort. There's actually a process that's followed. Okay. So everybody's got a sort of process to follow. So the UK states what happens if you haven't got a will. It goes to the next of kin and so on and so forth. But with a will, you say what happens to your assets or whatever, children. And it may, the law may not be what you want. All right. So a story is, and these are true stories and examples, for example, is that maybe a parents may have 3 or 4 children, and perhaps one of them is either wayward, drug addict, whatever it may be, and they don't want them to inherit the money outright or not inherit at all. Without a will, that person would inherit everything. They have their fair share. With a will, they can state what they control it really. All right. And it could be a lot of reasons. It could be things like that. But sometimes you got to be careful as well. You can't just write out your husband or wife because you don't like them, because in UK law that isn't a valid reason. So where there is things, and also don't forget, there's also some just recently actually a lot of people who are going through a divorce. It hasn't been quite settled yet, but they want to make sure that the person they separate from does not inherit anything. So that's another little sort of aspect as well. So there's a lot of stories I could tell you that could probably make your hair curl.
Nightmares.
So what are you, so when you're actually doing your day-to-day role then, what kind of services are you using? You know, like obviously when you think of OnPassive and what it's got to offer, can you associate with what those tools are going to do? You know, how much you're spending, how much time you're taking to go from one thing to another. How do you envisage OnPassive actually?
Well, that's a good question. So when I came across this in December last year, it was a marketing system, wasn't it? Originally, it was mainly marketing, and I thought, well, that could be useful for me, because if I could direct traffic to my website and get customers' inquiries, that would generate more leads for me without me having to go out and do marketing. So I've been more astute in my marketing in the last few years. To be fair, I have strategic partnerships with people, so they refer me a lot of referral marketing is what I've been working on the last 2 years, and it's really worked. I don't really advertise anymore like I used to. There's no point. I get recommended all the time. But what I haven't had done is email marketing or traffic to websites to get those leads. And I thought that'd be a really good idea. And it was even more attractive when I said, actually, I might get paid to do that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
What people like.
It is, yeah. I mean, I spend quite a lot of money, or used to, on marketing costs each year. In fact, before the first lockdown, I bought a box of leaflets to distribute out to my local community, and they're still in the boxes really, because I couldn't get them out. So, but it wasn't a waste of money, because they will be used at some point, for local impact marketing. But really, the way forward for me is referral marketing, recommendations, and traffic. That is going to be the main forward. And I see OnPassive being a big impact on that, really.
Do you currently have your own website, or is it all done? Yeah, you do.
So, well, we have our own website as a corporate website, but it's all linked. Anything postcode is linked to me. So of course I could do local marketing for my postcodes that I cover in the West Midlands.
Yeah.
So it will all go to, and so when they get those leads in those postcodes, they come to me.
You could potentially, you don't have to specifically just operate in your local area. If you got your own leads, you could work from anywhere.
Yeah, well, actually, that is actually been the case the last 8 months, because we've gone from being face to face mainly. I still do that now and again. I saw a customer this afternoon. People who don't want to do the internet or can't do it, or emails, but mainly it's emails and phone calls and Zoom calls. or probably O-Connect calls maybe in the future. But
I would hope so.
well, I know so. But and actually, my client base age group has declined to from 50s to 70s now to 20s to 30s to 40s, because younger people now are realizing actually wills are really important, really
Oh,
important. And I spoke to a young lady this afternoon. I'm seeing them next week and or on the phone, and she's on her own. She's got a single parent, but it's her who's going to look after her kids if she weren't there, and that's the key factor. And it's a real big thing. And I think it's all about planning, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know? We all think about this really subliminally. So we may have life insurance just in case the worst happens. Yeah.
yeah.
We may go on holiday and have holiday insurance just in case the worst happens. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's all in the back of your mind, but you don't expect it to happen.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. So my job is really the what if this happens, and when it does happen, what happens then? That's my job. That's my
Exactly.
two questions. So I talk to people, and I always say, well, what my job is what if and when it happens.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm a realist, and I deal with stuff really on a personal level. And I mean, even this week, I've had two incidences where things have happened which I didn't expect it to happen. So that my first port of call is me. What do we do now? You know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's a real thing. You know. So we don't know what's going to happen, but hey ho.
Well,
You
while
know.
Exactly.
we're talking about your business, Derek, do you want to give yourself a little plug? Because we do obviously offer that as a service, so you can tell people your domain name or your how they can contact you.
You can if you want to. Yes. I work for Accord Legal Services, ACCORD, or Accord Wills for short. .co.uk, and if you website link on that, you can click on find a consultant in your postcode area, and if you click on my area, you'll see me.
Nice.
Can you give
Nice.
people a quick overview? Because I mean, there must be an underlying reason why people don't have wills. Do you think
Yeah,
it's the thinking the tempting fate,
yeah,
or
yeah,
is that
Yeah.
the reason? Do you
yeah.
And
think?
Well, so
procrastination.
that's a
Procrastination.
that's a really good question. So I do a lot of talks. I do business networking. I do talks for charities sometimes, coffee mornings to um, elderly homes, what have you. And I tend to have a little laugh sometimes. And I do networking. I walk into a networking group, and I would mingle around and say, yeah, oh, what do you do, Derek? And I go, oh, yeah. I'll pause slightly. I always pause. Dinner parties, I pause. And I say, I'm a role writer. And then I'll wait. Right. And what happens? You get three responses. The first one is, oh, no. And they actually do recoil and say, I'm not thinking about that just yet, and actually scared of me, really. And I said,
Yeah.
it's okay. I'm not saying it. And the second one is, oh, um, I need a will actually. How much do you charge? Oh, And then the third one sometimes as well, ooh, and they go quiet. And what it is, they know they've got a may have a will, they know it are dating, but they don't want to tell me about it. It's a sort of like, oh, actually he's right, really. I need to do something about this. But they want to
Yeah.
tell me that I'm right, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't say anything. It's okay. Whatever your decision is, and I never try and sell anything. I just say, look, if you want to chat, just let me know. And quite often, when I do that, then they start asking the question, this,
Yeah.
this, and this, and they go, it's a bit like being a doctor, and it's saying a doctor. Oh, and they start bending over and giving you, can you look at this please for me and that stuff there, and then, but it does happen all the
Yeah.
time. It really
Yeah.
is funny, really, to be fair.
Well, now, Derek, I just want to explore another area.
Yeah,
So, OnPassive is going to definitely help your business.
yeah.
And you have some personal dreams and aspirations. Can you allude to that and how OnPassive can help those dreams come true?
Well, it's quite a strange one, really, because when I've known Sharon for some years now, and I've always thought my personal thing is that I've been a retail manager for 35 years, and that was great, But really, when I'm looked forward to the next 20 years, I thought, the government pension ain't going to cut it for me, really. I've got a small pension from those companies I've worked for the last 30 years, and that ain't going to cut it for me either. So I thought, what can I do to make my life easier in the future, and my wife's and my children's? And there was got two things I could do here. I could work harder, yeah, and do more hours, or keep working until I'm whenever.
80.
Right? But I thought there has to be another way, and really about network marketing, all that kind of stuff is a way forward. Really, it's always been around for a long time. But when I saw this thing in December, and it said it had 3 things on the email, I think it was Sharon said, which caught my eye. So it was what was it, a low entry fee, $97. It was you only pay one more payment, and you get paid residual income and market system done for you. I thought that can't be right. and but anyway, what I did, and this is 29th of December, between Christmas and New Year, right? This is absolute truth. I was so busy in December and November, I got all this paperwork, turned up on Christmas Eve. I thought, I've got to work through this now. So I did, it's fine. But I thought, what about next year? What can I do to make something going on, And so I clicked on a link, and I thought, 75 quid, $97. I'll just do it. Why not? It's marketing, isn't it? It's an expense to me, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It is. It's probably about a week and a half petrol that I haven't spent in the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I haven't driven my car at all hardly for 8 months.
Yeah.
So I saved all this petrol money and thought, well, I might as well give it to OnPassive. And that's what I did. And my individual attention was just to sit on it and just use it as a business tool, really. And my little sort of pension possible thing in going in the future. And then I started going to webinars, and then I met Suzanne. Then and then I got sort of like, actually, this could be something a bit more bigger than I thought, really. And then what I said to my wife, I said, look, I'm going to do something for you. She said, what do you mean? I'm going to get you this account. What's that mean? Don't worry about it. And so my wife's joined, and then I thought about my son and my daughter in their 30s, and they're going to be tough for them going forward. So they've got an account. And then I thought about my granddaughter, who turns 17, and she's 18 next year. And I thought it'd be a great present for her next year for a little account. So I got her an account. And then it kept going from there, really. So I can't stop talking about it, really, to be honest.
Oh, it's wonderful. And you're going to write a book. And
well, yeah, that is a story. Yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good point you make there, because that is one of my ambitions, to write something down. I've actually done a bit of writing already, and I've got a special project that I'm doing for my friends, really, my long-term friends. Hey, do you realize, and this is the thing, right? Now, if anybody's done this, then let me know. This is a question. I've been meeting my schoolmates, right? School friends, mates, since once a year, since 1976.
Wow.
Every year. There's about a dozen of us. Every year we meet up and do something. It could be a meal. It could be a weekend away. It could be a week in Scotland or Ireland or Wales. It could be sailing around the Greek islands on a boat. What else have we done? Done loads of stuff. Anyway, so
that's going to be part of the book and the journey, maybe. Yeah.
There's a lot of backstory as well, which I could go on about, but it's a big thing, really. So I thought I'd do something around that, and I told the lads I'll be doing it. So that pressure's on now.
Is it like a memoir, or is it how?
It's like a memoir, yeah. It's not fiction. It's like a memoir, really.
So it's your antics on your boys' weekends away.
A bit of that, yeah. A bit of that. Yeah.
But you'll have to keep some things private. Come on.
Yeah.
Listen. What stays? No. We're good lads, actually. To be fair.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, but I've known some of these lads since I was 5 in junior school. We've grown up together, and it's got better than that. It's not the lads, the wives. We meet up as well on Christmas, and the kids meet up as well. It's actually developed into something a bit more bigger than that, really. And I think it's actually quite a poignant story to tell in this current age, because we're all a different mixes of races and different things, and it's actually I think a good example of what people can do if they really put their mind to it.
Mhm.
And that is going to be the core of the story.
Oh, what a wonderful way to kind of put all this together.
Yeah.
I just want to mention, like, OnPassive can be used for personal things like that, or
Well,
your business. So you don't have to be a business type. You don't have to own a business. You don't
no.
even have to use the products to be a founder if you're looking at this before we launch to the world.
Yeah.
But you can use the products for personal use. I just look forward to making a video of my mom, and like you said, memories and people that you love, that you can just put that together in a nice little sweet package.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sharon, any thoughts on that?
Derek, Matt, is there not a possibility? I'm not saying you can do this, but you will write in service. Could you not write a course on how people can prepare for that kind of thing? Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. That could be definitely done.
That could be done through O-Cademy. You could do email marketing, offer it as a service, like a free, like a $9.99 product,
Yeah,
and that's the
definitely.
income into your financial. Because then you could charge higher prices on your will.
Yeah,
On that.
that's definitely what could be happening. Yeah, definitely.
There's lots of things we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as we talk through with businesses, we will give advice where we can on how you could better use our OnPassive products. Because a lot of people, like you, I mean, you're quite engaged, so you're, you're not the norm. But there'll be other people who will come to OnPassive to look at these videos, and they'll think, well, I don't know what they do. What do they do? How can it help me? Well,
Yeah.
there's 50 of them, so we are going to be sharing along the route when we launch how you can put them to better use. So we'll definitely come back to you when we launch and say, Derek, right, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you can build your business further and reach more people.
And I think it's also opened my eyes a little bit to, I mean, when I listen to you and Suzanne and everybody, the guys, and talk about some stuff that goes way over my head, all the techno stuff and what have you, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, that perhaps I could learn to use some of the tools to make my life a bit more easier.
Oh God, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
to make things a bit more slicker, a bit more impactful, what have you, and having all those services under one umbrella is a massive bonus, isn't it? Really.
Oh, and
Let's be
using
honest.
automation, right? Automation, like the lady says watching yesterday, sure, you want to make well in your business, but you don't want to be tied to the computer 24/7.
No, not at all.
Automation and 100% done for you using
Yeah.
AI.
Well,
OnPassive, it's dialed in for every person, any age, any profession.
yeah.
It's the best, and we can't wait to get our hands on it for
And I
all
suppose,
kinds of people.
yeah, that is really one of the key things, I guess, is it will release me, I guess, to in the future, because I want to perhaps retire at some point, but I won't retire, physically retire. I mean, I'll be doing my will stuff probably till whenever, because you can do that whenever you want to, easy, right? But
make your will evergreen. You could create courses that teach people how to do it. Obviously, things change. You have to update the legislation or whatever changes.
Yeah.
Get to a point where they can then deliver it to their legal team to process it.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, and I mean, I've got other stuff on my agenda as well. Sort of charitable work, I suppose. Is I do with will writing. I do donate my fees to some charities that I support. Okay, particularly in my business networking group. So they have a charity in that group, and I support that charity. And so, but I want to try and go further a little bit more. And let's say the resources that will come our way, let's say, will probably give us some the resource to do that and do a lot of stuff more than probably a lot of people could do. And I'm already setting things in motion in that way already, to be fair.
Yeah, and I do believe charity donation type things are tax deductible anyway. So
they are.
It's an expense that you can put through your business. So we are talking business at the moment, but the OnPassive will serve your personal, like Suzanne said. So it can be your friend might not have a business, but he can still benefit from using the system. So we're going to go through over the series, over the Let's Talk Business series. Susan and I are going to interview lots of different people from different industries, which will give everybody will have a different story and how they're going to use it. And you might think, wow, never thought of using it that way. I'm going to try that. So it'll give you incentives as well.
Yeah.
How to get the most out of the products. But we
Yeah.
will be testing them. We will be doing videos and showing you, come on, use this to do this.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe how we joined OnPassive back in 2020. In 2030, you'll be looking back thinking, wasn't that the best $97 I've ever spent?
100%. 100%.
Look at it, it's $97 at the moment. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know, when we've gone live, this deal isn't available anymore. But you can still ask us for a free 7-day free trial, because that will be the deal.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking today, I was actually looking through and I wrote a few things down, what you can do for $97. So here's the code. Right, so in America, so let's use US dollars as the key point. A bunch of flowers, $45. Gym membership for 2, $70. Cable TV, $75. Mobile phones, $113. A meal out for 4 people each month, $250. And buying alcohol, just any kind of alcohol per household, $50. Now we know that's quite low. That's not real. That people, I don't drink anymore, but I'm sure people drink more than $50 a month.
I think they do.
Yeah. In the context, $97 for a business or even personal, it's just not even worth thinking about. It's just a no-brainer. So obviously, if you're watching this and you're thinking should we do it? My deal is yes. What do you think, Suzanne? Should they do it?
I think yes too. I think life is knocking us around a lot, and when there's something this solid with 1,000 staff, buildings, 2 buildings, 1 building's been purchased, the other one under 10-year lease, 50 products, all powered by AI. There's so much proof that we are a force to be reckoned with. So there's no risk. There's no risk. There's nothing.
There is no risk.
No.
Yeah, you get a free trial anyway, so you can come in, have a look at come to the meetings, see what we're talking about, have a look at it. You'll not get anything like this anywhere else on the internet. There's nothing out there. There's nothing to compete with. So this is a unique opportunity for somebody like yourself, if you're watching this today, to come on board, be part of our family. Even if you're a business, it doesn't matter, because we like everybody. You will get to know us and you will understand and learn a lot more being part of the team than being on the outside. And that's the best thing. So Derek, would you like to give any final words on what you think it's going to do for your business?
Well, it's hard to put a finger on, but I can see doubling quite easily, to be fair, because I think what's going to happen is the reason why this is actually perfect timing for me as well is that as the lockdown finishes, go back, people will start back to work. It will become less of a worry. So you probably have less inquiries. This will pick up the slack and prompt people to keep thinking about it. So it's actually perfect timing, really.
Yes.
Move back to normality, and then this will just kick in and it starts.
Yeah, so if you haven't got a will, we've got the perfect person for you to go and speak to. So if you look at the video and look at the link under the video, there will be a link to Derek's website if you want to go and check him out. I'm sure he'll be willing to help you in your endeavors to protect yourself.
Yeah, you get a free chat from me. There's no charge for that.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you so much, Derek, for taking the time to be our guest today. And obviously, if you're watching, we will be looking for, we'll be interviewing our next person very soon. So keep a lookout on the YouTube channel. And we will be back with you very shortly. Suzanne, I'll leave it with you. What would you like to say?
That's it. I think we wrapped it up perfectly, just like a bow. Thank you so much, Derek. Look forward to seeing you soon. Absolutely.
Yeah, see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we look forward to seeing you on the next show. And we'd love you, if you are a founder in OnPassive and you own your own business and you want to improve on efficiencies and save time and money, OnPassive is the tools. And so we'd love to know, how is it affecting you? Are you excited? What tools are you excited to use? So please go to suzanne&sharon.com and book an appointment with us. We'd love to interview you, and you can promote your traditional business. We'd love you as well on the YouTube channel to like, ring the bell, and subscribe. We're so glad you're here. And by sharing all these stories, we're able to enable others to know how OnPassive is going to help them in their business with saving time and money. That's what we're all about. So over and out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in.